Hello, this is That Talking Podcast. I'm JJ Starr.
And I'm Mabel.
I says to Mabel, I
says to
says.
Mabel.
Who
And
are you?
I'm Downtown Andy.
You are. Welcome. We're here to talk and bring some civil discourse to an otherwise discordant world, at least until the dog decides it's time to go back into the rain. How are you?
I'm good.
You're good.
I'm all right.
Yeah.
I'm doing well.
Yeah,
it's been 5 days off from work.
you have had quite the time off.
Oh yeah.
And you have filled that time.
That's right.
With things and stuff.
That's right, because I took time off for the convention a couple weeks ago.
You did.
And then, for our anniversary.
Well, that's what we were talking about last week, is we were saying that we'll talk about our anniversary. Yes, we had our wedding anniversary this past week. 4 years. 4 years and 3 strings later. 4 years.
That's all you get out of me. That's my Jack Benny moment.
Well, you can't do much more because you busted a string right before we went on the air.
They're old strings. So.
We're all old strings. I think we had a good anniversary. Very nice, low key anniversary.
The anniversary day itself was perfect.
It was.
Couldn't have gone any better.
Very nice.
It was.
It was very nice. It started early with a doctor's appointment, but other than that, it was fantastic.
Was that day?
Yes,
yeah, it was that day.
It was. Yeah. We got up early and we drove an hour to a doctor's appointment.
Because I wasn't going to tell you about the surprise until we got there.
Right, and then we went to the mall.
My favorite place on earth.
We went to the mall to do your favorite thing. And while we were there...
We didn't go there to do my favorite thing. We went there...
but we still did your favorite thing. We wandered around.
The funny thing was, as we were on our way there, you're just like, are we going to the mall? And I'm like...
Yeah, are we going to the mall?
Of course not. Maybe. I don't know.
I mean, whether or not that was the surprise you were talking about is a little different, but...
I purposely, waited until we were there for, 20 minutes to be like, all right, you want your surprise now?
Well, because you asked... It was funny because we parked, we went inside, and you made a comment about, oh, it's perfect that we parked here. And I'm thinking that we were in the vicinity of the bookstore. And I thought you were going to tell me, because then you asked me, you were like, do you want to go to Barnes & Noble while we're here? And I'm like, ooh, he's letting me buy books. That was literally what it was. I'm like, he's going to tell me to go in Barnes & Noble and buy whatever I want. That's what I genuinely thought you were going to tell.
Just like that time when I'm like, let's go into the rock store and just pick out anything you want.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And that's what I was
That's not
expecting.
there anymore, is it?
No, it's not, unfortunately.
No.
But that
at least you have your books.
That is literally what I expected. I was like, oh, he's going to let me buy books.
Because I don't ever park anywhere except the garage.
Right. Yeah. Because it was weird that you didn't.
Because it's covered. Well, no, I just felt like I didn't feel like going to the garage.
But we never, that's never an option.
Okay, so that parking job was not planned. That was just me.
That was just you.
That was us coming out of Shake Shack and being like, this is right here.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a break between the lanes of traffic. Let me just go.
Yeah. But it was good. And do I tell the people?
Sure.
Do I tell them? He bought me a new laptop, which is amazing because this is the newest computer in this house.
Yeah.
It's truly the newest computer in this house by at least 7 years.
Do we know what year it is? What year the laptop is?
The one that I'm using right now?
Yeah.
It's a 2026.
It is a 2026.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Just making sure.
Oh, yeah.
So it's a year old already.
2026.
Isn't it?
No, it's still 2026, my dear.
Don't they release computers like cars? No.
Even if they did, they wouldn't have released it until September.
Hold on a sec. So the first brand new computer I ever bought myself was a MacBook back in... I got it in, I think, 2008, and I think they were trying to tell me it was a 2007 model.
Well, maybe you got a refurb or something.
No, I bought it brand new. I'm like, I want, a MacBook that has this, and that. And they pointed me, because I knew nothing at the time.
Yeah.
But, and I still have it, because I'm like, it's the first brand new computer I bought. One of the most expensive things I've ever bought with money I've saved up for, months at a time. The coolest thing was that when I bought it, they gave me a free iPod Touch, and a free printer.
They gave you a free printer?
They gave me a free printer, a free iPod Touch.
Wow.
And they took money off because I was a student.
I've always liked that student discount.
So
I used to get the student discount on Adobe Suite.
So I think I paid just under $1,000, and I'm like, this better last me a fucking lifetime. And 20 years later, almost 20 years later, I still have it.
Yeah, but it doesn't work very well.
It works.
It turns on.
And
I mean, that could be said of my old MacBook also, is that it turns on.
But since I wiped the hard drive, like it operates as it should because there's nothing on it.
I gotta tell you though, I've never been more impressed with a machine in my life, because truly, like, I've never been one to be like, oh, you know, like, oh, I can tell the difference. Like, I can tell the difference between the one that you just got me and the one that I've been using for the past 8 years. 10 years?
I wouldn't know. I haven't been around that long.
I'm pretty sure it's 10 years. I think my old MacBook is at 2016. I think it's late. I think it's early 2016.
I'm pretty sure we skipped right past the rules.
We did, actually, and I didn't want to interrupt you, but we did skip past the rules because we do have rules here. I'm sorry. I'm so excited about my machine, a girl and her machine. It's fantastic.
It's the story of every man's ruin. You and the boys. You and what you do to those boys.
Oh, God. All right, but we do have rules.
A girl doing horrible things to the boys.
Before we get into it,
we'll tell you about that later.
We got to talk about the rules, because we do have 3 rules here in the bubble, in the buble, for the sake of civility, for those who fiddle.
It's a viola.
It's a viola. No judgment, nothing personal, and don't be a dick.
Don't do it.
Now, we have in the past had some pretty spectacular anniversaries.
Yes.
We have. We've planned things. We've done big gifts. You still gave me a big gift. I think the funniest thing was after you gave me this, I'm like, you literally made my anniversary gift. You look like
that's
shit.
Your hang up. That's not mine.
It looks like such shit now. It's like, look, I made you a card out of macaroni.
That's not really what she made me. But
no, I did make you a picture frame out of macaroni for our first Valentine's Day.
That's true, and it's right behind me.
I did. So. It's spray painted gold and everything.
And it's falling apart. It is.
Well, the picture won't stick to it. The frame is
add
still good.
some adhesive.
I quite
use
literally,
some of that girly charm of yours.
Not even kidding you. I mean, this thing, nothing will top this though, because it's popsicle sticks, dried macaroni, Elmer's glue, and gold spray paint.
Oh, you're talking about that. I thought you were talking about the laptop.
Oh, no, not the laptop. The laptop is held together with Spit in a Dream.
Is that what you're recording this on now?
Yes. How remarkable is that? Doing this podcast is forever going to make my life a lot easier.
Okay, so long story short.
Yes.
I went with my father to purchase his first Mac back in, I think, 2017. He'd been having problems with PCs, the updates and new software and this, and he couldn't keep up with it. I'm like, listen, Apple stuff has always been user friendly. And he was reluctant, just like so many people who use like Samsung products are. They're just like, I'm not giving my whole life away to Apple and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, Dad, trust me, you will be so much less frustrated for the things you need it for if you just go with this.
Yeah.
Of course, it didn't stop him from having every single issue on the planet with it when he got it.
Yeah.
But I went and he explained what he needed. Of course, they dangled the most expensive one in front of him. And
why wouldn't they?
I said to one of my brothers, I'm like, listen, when all is said and done with Dad's estate, can we have the laptop? Because Jess could use it. And things are still going on and it's still dragging out, and it's kind of annoying. And our anniversary is coming up. I'm like, I have nothing in mind. I have nothing planned. I'm like, easy. New laptop.
Bless. I feel truly blessed. Aside from the fact that the box was so heavy for some reason. It makes me wonder what the box is weighted with, because the computer itself doesn't weigh that much. So it's like,
so how's that for thinking on my feet?
That was really good. I mean, you talk about making a woman's life easier. It's true.
It'll even do your laundry and cook dinner for you. I bet.
It might. Among other things. I'm very happy. I'm very pleased, and I feel very.
If it starts sputtering, I'm taking it back.
I feel very grateful. And I think that is important. I think that when it comes to gift giving, I think gratitude is important.
I'm beyond the whole, keeping track of who gets who, what, and how much they spend and all that fucking bullshit. It's just, it's just adds, it allows for resentment and for unnecessary resentment. And some people may want to live in that realm, but I don't anymore.
I think that, that is a part of what makes relationships transactional.
I remember the very first gift, holiday gift I got you.
Yes.
It was for your 37th birthday. Was that the first one we were together for? or 38th?
No, my 38th was the first one. I was 37 when we got together.
So it was your 30th. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is literally like 2-3 months after we'd started dating.
Yeah.
And
but we were engaged.
Yeah.
We were planning a wedding.
And we were essentially getting reacquainted because,
Yes. Yep.
And and you're, telling me all these things about yourself. And I'm just like, oh my God, her birthday's coming up. Like, I got to knock this one out of the park because I can't be a schmuck. Otherwise she'll fucking walk out right now. And I'm like, then I knew exactly what would knock your goddamn socks off.
And it did.
But then I saw how much it was, and I'm like, oh my God. Yeah. Like, this is going to be up there with like the most expensive things I've ever, forget about getting for somebody else, that I've ever spent on myself.
Yeah.
Let alone anyone else. And I'm like, you know what? She's going to be my wife. This is a fucking down payment.
It was. It absolutely was. But I mean,
it's an investment in our future.
You got me something that I knew was, I don't want to say unattainable, but it was like a brass ring on my bucket list. That's a weird combination of analogies, but you know what I mean. It was a purchase on my bucket list. It was, for sure. And it was something that it sort of completed a collection. It truly did.
It was a book.
It was a book. It was a first edition. And it was
American Psycho.
Yes, it was a first edition. It was a first edition hardcover, the UK printing of American Psycho, and it was up until that point the only first edition hardcover by Bret Easton Ellis that I did not possess.
Now that you all know how deep my pockets are, don't fucking hit me up for money because you're not getting it.
No. And you did, and I felt bad. I'm not gonna lie. I felt bad because, again, we'd only been together for a few months at that point, and I knew, because your birthday is a week after mine.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, the gift that I got you will never live up to that.
I don't know. It's living up pretty nicely. Wait.
Because I wasn't sure that I was going to be able to finish the deck,
but
which
I
barely did.
Yeah.
But I didn't finish it in time for your birthday, but I did finish it. But like the other things that I got you, I was like, I know that he likes this stuff and everything, but I'm like,
and it's one of my, proudest showpieces.
But I did make you the Blue Eyes deck, and that was, and it is one of my crowning achievements because I have not before nor since made anything like that. That is a one of a kind for you. Pour toi, mon mari. Wow, my French just literally eluded me for a moment.
I look at it like this, because I've been in so many transactional relationships, as I'm sure you have as well. And I made a concerted effort from the beginning of when we got together to be like, you know what? Don't treat this like all the other ones, because we all know how all the other ones wound up. Why am I going to want to repeat the past? Why am I going to want to wind up in that same place?
Yeah.
Like, or allow for the possibility of winding up in that same place. Start doing things differently. That was my mindset 4 years ago. That's still my mindset today. It's like, I'm not going to talk to you the same way I talk to anybody else. I'm not going to treat you the same way I treated anybody else. You are going to get exclusive rights to the new me.
Oh, I love that.
You
Put
like
that on sign that.
T-shirt?
Sign that on a post-it for me.
Because we're married. This is supposed to be forever.
It is forever.
Thank you.
No spostas about it.
And, we've had so many conversations over the years about, all sorts of things along these lines about, what we've done in past relationships, what other people have done to us, how they've treated us, how they've talked to us. This is like, I'm not going to sweat the small stuff anymore.
Yeah.
I'm sure there are people out there that would look at me like, you're fucking crazy. You guys got together so quickly and you're spending all this money and this time and this is blah, blah, blah. Then I'm like, she's my wife.
Again, I'm grateful.
I am guaranteeing that when I am 80 years old and can barely take care of myself, when everybody else is fucking dead, that you will be there holding my hand, cradling my head,
Of course I will. I mean, fingers crossed. I'm going to do my best to still be there.
Because anyone and everyone that, you know, probably would criticize me for my life choices isn't necessarily going to be there, isn't going to be there to support me, isn't going to be there to console me.
Not necessarily.
You know?
I always will. I promise. I promise. Like, that was the biggest promise I've ever made, and I'll never break, because I don't break promises.
No,
That's the biggest promise that I
You don't
have
lie
ever
about
made.
the heater either.
No, I don't lie about the heater.
Because and thanks to my upbringing that I'm always looking down the road.
Yeah.
I'm always thinking 5, 10, 20 years ahead, you know, where are we going to be? What is our situation going to look like? And it's like, I don't fucking care about this. Like, that makes you happy.
It does. It does.
It's
it's a remarkable little piece of equipment.
Because realistically speaking, it's not like you couldn't go out and make the kind of money to equally spend on me. It's not like you couldn't do it.
I have spent money on you.
Yeah, but that's not what matters to me.
But that's just it, is that, you know, like, I know my limitations when it comes to things like that. So I tend to err on the side of sentimentality. I make you things.
Yep.
Because
I can't make things.
It's in my wheelhouse to do that.
And
so
my wheelhouse is working for the, you know, money to,
you know, so it's just one of those things where, but that's just it, is that you and I are in a forever situation in which it would be nigh impossible to actually keep tabs.
I've known so many people who sweat the money, who did more, who spent more, you know, whatever. And it's constantly on their mind and they're constantly resentful over it. And it's just like, and I was like that. I mean, I've been there.
Yeah.
But what good came of it? Nothing.
The only time that I've ever gotten upset in any situation, particularly in relationships, okay, the only time that I've ever gotten upset with transactionality like that, is that the right transactionality?
You just coined it.
TM. Is when I have gone to lengths to either provide something or to give something or gift something that is then completely like overlooked. Like it's dwindled off, obviously, since you and I gotten together. For one, you're not ungrateful. You're not an ingrate. But also, you know, like I can recall specific instances of being in past relationships, excuse me, where I have gone to great lengths and expense to give someone something that they would allegedly cherish for the rest of their existence. And then it just sits in a box collecting dust. And it's like, that hurts my feelings.
Like, you on more than one occasion now have gifted me things that I've actually wanted.
Yes.
Whereas
tried to.
Past relationships adamantly refused to gift me those same things, regardless of how inexpensive they were, because of how stupid they thought they were. And it's like, the gift is not for you. It's for me. The value is in the eye of the beholder.
Like, I'm not a big proponent, no matter what the occasion or anything like that. Like, you know, when it comes to like birthdays for example, what? Birthdays, for example, I don't want an Amazon wish list sent to me for someone's birthday. It's like, seriously. Like, I'm sorry, especially, you know, like, it's just like, don't send me a registry for your fucking birthday.
2 Christmases in a row.
Yeah.
You have gotten me trading cards.
You like them.
I do. And I still hold on to the ones that you've given me because, again, for so many years, it was purported to me that it's a stupid idea for a gift. You can buy it yourself. Like, why am I going to give it to you? It's like, because I'm asking you for it.
But you can buy anything for yourself. It's like, if that's the standard, then it's like, why fucking bother? Like I could give you a giant. I could give you a sack of pennies, and it's just like, well, you could have done that yourself too.
You could buy me a garbage bag full of Christmas Crunch.
I don't think you can. That's the
What do you mean
problem.
you don't think you can?
I don't think you can buy Christmas Crunch anymore.
Yeah, they didn't have it last past year.
Yeah, I don't think you can buy Christmas Crunch anymore.
Maybe next year.
You know that if I ever see it on the shelf, though, that's exactly what it's going to be, and it's going to be in a trash bag under the tree.
Are you getting me 9 boxes?
9.
I got.
I have to remember that it was 9.
It was 9 that year, but that's only. Well, no, I don't need 9. That was only because we were trying to get the proofs of purchase for the koosh balls.
Gotcha.
Me and Jimmy down the street were eating cereal every day after school. Yeah, Jimmy.
But
You've met Jimmy.
Wheelchair Jimmy?
No, not wheelchair.
No,
Jimmy. not Drake.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Yeah. I didn't meet Jimmy.
No.
This
guy
just was perpendicular
coincidentally
to Jimmy.
Sat down at a table and didn't even realize it was us.
But I don't, like I understand when people say, like, oh, like it's not the same as a gift giver. I think it's not the same to be told what to get someone. Like when someone says, I want this, it's like, congratulations, you want that. It's like, I would rather get you something that I know you will like, but that I chose for you. So in that way, I understand the idea of gift giving being for the giver. But it's like, I'm not going to go out of my way to be like, I want you to have this, whether you like it or not. Like I'm not going to do that. I would certainly never spend money on something that you're not going to like.
You've gifted me a lot of things that I've always wanted. Didn't matter what they cost. The fact that they're things that I can consistently look at on a regular basis and be like, she gave this to me, and that means the world because I've always wanted to hold this in the palm of my hand.
Yeah.
Like you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's on the bookshelf right now. There's actually a few things like that on the bookshelf right now. But just the fact that I can sit there, I can hold them in my hand, and it doesn't matter what they cost. Doesn't matter, like I'm gonna cherish that.
Yeah.
Like why I have so many guitars in the house.
Yes.
It's not just because they're guitars that I've always wanted or guitars that, like I went and bought myself just because I can. There's a lot I have to hang on to for sentimental reasons because they were gifted to me by people who are no longer with us. And it's just like, if I let them go now, I'm never going to see them again.
Yeah.
You watched me chase down that one.
Yes. I sat in the car for over an hour.
So like, for example, if you, and I'm not, but like if you were to ever, get me a guitar, I'm just saying.
Here's the thing about that is that there is still a part of me that is 100% trauma response that believes that if I were to get you something, that there will be criticism attached to it.
Has there been criticism with anything you've gotten me before? Has there? Not really.
No. I mean, I've gotten you some things that you have sort of shrugged off. After you've been sort
done
of
the
like,
same thing too. Yeah.
It's one of those things like, oh well, like thanks anyway. Nice try, better luck next time.
Like I still have yet to get you a pair of pants that you've actually worn. And I bought you a lot of pants.
I can't fit into them.
I bought you like 6 pairs of pants.
You seem to be under the impression that my ass is much smaller than it actually is.
Except the first pair was one you actually asked me for.
I know, but not in the size that I needed.
That was the biggest size they offered.
I know. And my life's goal is to fit into those pants. Okay? Like legitimately, my life's goal is to fit into those pants.
Do we need to throw you in a hot wash and then,
Yeah. Just shrink me in the wash. Oh, if only it were that easy.
Next time you take a bath, let's put you in the. You're small enough to fit in the dryer.
I don't know. I've crawled into my other dryer before just to see if I could fit.
Anyway, back to our anniversary.
Back to our anniversary, though. But yeah, like there's always going to be, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it won't always be there. But up until now, there always has been this little voice in the back of my head that says, like, you're either going to get it wrong or you're going to get something that he already has. Like, you've had that experience too. You have told me many stories of people who you have given gifts to just because it's something you thought that they would enjoy, and their reaction is negative to it.
Oh, yeah, like every gift I've ever given my father.
Right. You know, why? I don't need this. I already have this. This is not the one I needed. This is wrong.
He complained about the movers stealing his Bose radio for years. Yep. And so I go and I buy him a Bose Bluetooth speaker, and he looks at me. He's like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do with this? What am I going to do with
this? This isn't what I had. The same thing with the chainsaw.
Yeah, that too. So I turned to
Oliver. You bought the man a chainsaw.
Because they stole his chainsaw.
They stole his
chainsaw. They stole his weighted boots. They stole his radio.
That's why, like, I mean, this past Christmas, I went for pure comedy. And I spent a lot of money, and I went to great lengths to get that here. And I was thrilled at your reaction to it, and that's all I wanted.
And the only criticism I have is the fact that I had been trying to find that sweater for years because I wanted to give it to my brother.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but now you have it.
I do.
You have it.
Yeah.
You know, but you've crossed a lot of things off of my bucket list. You have. You got me the book. You got me the first edition.
You know, we don't need to list them all.
But you got me my Lubies.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like, there are things you have crossed off my bucket list, and it's just like, so everything I'm just so incredibly grateful for. I can't believe that you do these things for me.
Because you have given me everything that nobody else ever has. You have given me the unconditional love. You have given me the peace of mind. You have given me no criticism whatsoever unless you're busting my balls on purpose.
Yeah. And I only ever do it on purpose.
And that's forgivable.
I really hope, I hope that you've all tuned in and that you're sticking it with us, because we're literally just going to go back and forth all night.
Gratitude.
About just gratitude. Gratitude is the attitude.
Gratitude. Don't give me no attitude. Gratitude on Thanksgiving Day.
Oh my God. But I don't, this particular relationship, and I think that it should be the standard for, you know, for any relationship that you deem long-term. If you have sights on the long-term, and I'm not one to give unsolicited advice, but here it is anyway. If you have sights on the long-term when it comes to your romantic relationship or your involvement with somebody, you have to cut that transactional bullshit. You can't do that. You can't keep a tally of who did what and what was the last thing and who spent this and who. You can't do that.
You know what I just realized?
What did you just realize?
That now that you're not using two iPads to do this, I can't see the timer.
And I just realized neither can I.
What do you mean neither can you?
We're at 28 minutes.
All right, I'm gonna need to see that at some point.
We're gonna need to see that at some point. All right, so we'll figure out. We'll figure out a new configuration.
Because while you're talking, I need to be able to, like, oh, that's how much time we got left. Okay, right, whatever.
Oh man, yeah, it's gonna get away from me because now I have to look over there to see it. But it's all right. It's okay. No. It's all right. It's okay.
You know what's fucked up about our anniversary is the fact that, like, I always have to put in for it a year in advance.
Yeah.
Because our calendar year runs from like May to March.
So stupid.
So that means that, like, when we get the vacation book in January, I have to put in for the March of the following year.
Yeah.
To get it off, which means I have to do all the math about my whole schedule in a year in advance. So I can be like, okay, how many days between our anniversary and my next day off, so I can, like, block out the ones in between.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is exactly what I did.
And you've put in the work for it, that's for sure. But now, okay, so in the event, because I know that it's always possible, in the event that you ever get, like, a different route, does your day change at that point?
Yes, it does.
So that could just fuck up everything.
Well, no, because then I'd have to go back and alter, you know, what I've already put on the books, you know. Because then you have the option to, like, take it all back or, you know, change stuff around as long as it doesn't interfere with what somebody else has already put in for.
I mean, it would be my floating holiday because we were permitted one day where it's basically just like, oh, it's a holiday. I'm like, yeah, it's my anniversary. Well, I'm like, no one talked to me.
I don't have a whole lot to put in for it. Like I put in for our dating anniversary in October. I put in for our wedding anniversary in March. And then if we have a convention or, band has a gig or whatever, something going on, then, I block that. But I end up, banking a lot of my leave because I don't, we don't really go anywhere or do anything. Like I end up, we don't. I'd like to. I mean, you're going to play Mahjong on Wednesday.
Yeah, I am. That's interesting.
Happy anniversary. Getting me into this game now.
Not really. I try. Listen, I want to get you into it.
Listen, you didn't learn how to duel in a day, okay? So
I know.
Who am I dealing with now? What? Who is this? You're trying to sound like Beaker. God. I could just hear the commercial break right then and there. Like I know that's exactly where you're gonna punch it in.
Probably,
and then we're gonna hear an ad for like Mattress Firm or fucking,
Yo, we've been getting some big ads lately.
Try that again.
Yo,
what are you, a broccoli head now?
God,
I'm so glad the listeners can't see that.
Do you find yourself, because I know that there are some fellas who have come to you. I don't know if they've come to you for relationship advice or if they just want to complain about their singledom to you. But like, do you dole out advice?
All the time.
You dole out advice?
Because I have a wealth of knowledge to base it off of. Like, not just from the years I've spent with you, but from the many, many dozens of failed relationships before this one. Like we've already been through this. Like our body counts are both up there.
They up there.
Like,
yeah,
we've made
some oopsie daisies.
Yeah, we're both in the not just the double digits, but like the multiple double digits. Teetering on triple, but
anyway. But like, what kind of advice do you give people? Like, honestly, what kind of advice? And you don't have to get specific. I'm not trying to call anybody out. But
well, like, first off, do you give anybody any advice?
I just did it.
Yeah, I was just saying, you're doing it right here.
I'm doing it right here. I'm doing it live. Yeah, I don't really talk to people about relationships. The people I talk to are already in relationships.
Like, I know the people that are going to listen to this are going to be like, oh, he's talking about me. It's like, yeah, to some degree, yes. It's those conversations I have with those people. But, anytime I'm talking to one of my single guy friends and they're, having difficulty, starting a conversation or approaching somebody or whatever it is, I'm just telling them stories. I'm not embellishing anything because I don't have to. Like, I know what I've lived through. I know what I've experienced. And, I understand at this point in my life, at 38 years old, I understand a lot more than say 35, 32, 29, like whatever. Like, because those were all times in my life where I thought I was more secure than I actually was.
Yeah.
Because I was led to believe that the relationship I was in at those times was forever and that it was going to work out. But then somewhere along the way, something didn't pan out because somebody's attitude changed.
Yeah.
So, I can only tell a person how things happened and how I reacted and how I moved on to get to where I'm at now.
I want to put together, if it's a sidebar, I'm going to have to put together like a master, like a master clip of every time I just go, because I realize that I do that a lot.
You?
Me.
I trying?
I'm trying. I look at my past relationships and I realize that I don't think I was ever secure in a relationship until you and I got together.
Really?
Yeah. Because
you weren't even like you didn't like think like even for a second, like this is.
I was married before you and I got together. And even then, I do not believe that I ever felt truly secure.
But why did you go along with it then?
because it felt like the right thing to do. And
But
I was that type of person who looked at a relationship and said, this has potential. Let's stick it out and see what happens.
Well, we've all done that.
And it's the dumbest thing that a person can do.
Don't you think a little bit though that it was more along the lines of projection? Like, people were projecting on you to be like, oh, this is where you're supposed to be at.
When it came to my first marriage, yes. It was one of those things that it's like, we have been together, granted on and off, but it's like we were together for so long at that point. It's like, well, he asked, so yeah, I'm going to say yes. I mean, it sounds really cold, but it's true. It's true. Now, when you and I first started talking about getting married, we'd only been dating for like a month.
And we didn't really know each other that well either.
But we did at the same time. And I say that I believe that you and I knew more about each other. I feel like I can definitely say that you knew more about me at that point than any other relationship I'd ever been in, because I'm sorry, but I was not trying in the slightest to impress you. I was literally being myself.
Nor was I.
But that's just it. When I have ever been in that position before, I've always been trying to sort of be like, do the chameleon thing where it's just like, oh yeah, it's like the white lies we were talking about a few weeks ago. The idea that, I'm dating this person, maybe I'll fib a little bit about the things that I'm into or something like that. Or maybe I'll act a different way. Like, I've been in relationships with people where they don't even know what my laugh sounds like because I have put on a fake laugh.
Really?
It paints me in a really bad light, but we're talking like when I was young and everything.
See,
like,
I mean,
I've definitely masked for people.
I feel like people would be inclined to call me naive or, foolish or, unintelligent maybe, but because I go into everyone with such, brutal honesty.
Yeah.
Because like, I don't think I've ever, see, now I have to think back to all of them. I was about to say, like, I don't think I've ever lied to get into a relationship, but like, I've certainly exercised my own deceitfulness. I've harbored a lot of resentment for a lot of people for things they'd done to me.
Okay.
But at least in the infancy of it, like, I am always upfront and honest and true, because I'm not going to, develop a relationship with a person that I don't see going somewhere or don't want to see going somewhere. Like if I know that it's not worth pursuing, it's going to be over like really quickly.
Oh, see, and I don't think there is, maybe of my entire list, my litany of a body count, that quite literally I could probably count on one hand, maybe two hands, how many of those people I was like, this is not gonna go anywhere. And I just put the kibosh on it. It's just like, it's not going to go anywhere. So fuck it.
Because it's like,
every other one, I've always been like, hey, you never know. So I'll just throw myself in head first.
I'd say with mine, it's probably 50-50 between the ones where it's like, let's see where it goes versus like, this is the one.
Yeah.
Actually, well, no.
Oh God, have you had that many ones?
No, I misspoke.
Good grief, man.
I misspoke. But I was engaged twice before this.
Yeah.
Because my go-to was always this: if the relationship can last a solid year, then proposing is worth it. It's in the cards. Like if we can go a solid year without killing each other, like, let me see if I can propose and get away with it.
See, and for me, like, I've been married once before, and I was in one truly serious relationship before you and I got together. So I'm going to say I have had 3 sincerely severe relationships in my life, in my 42 years. And both, the first one was, I mean, you're talking like, high school relationship. So we started dating as teenagers and we got married super young. So it was like, but we'd been together for a long time. So it just felt like the natural evolution of things. But it was like, after a few years of being married, it became like a constant headbutting because it wasn't turning out the way it was supposed. There was no happily ever after. It's like we got married, we went into debt, we started fighting, I felt neglected, and then that was it. And then finally I said, I can't do this anymore. It's not fair. It's not fair to have to feel saddled with something
because the
like
challenge
this.
Is not getting to the altar. It's every day after that.
Exactly.
And how are you, that's when you really need to show that you can be patient and you can be tolerant and you can be understanding and you can be compassionate to somebody else's needs and feelings, which not everybody is equipped to do or not everybody's willing to do. Like no. I made the horrible mistake so many times of not reading the room. And when I say that, I mean because I held the standard for so long to be what my grandparents and my parents had strived for and gone towards.
Yeah.
You court for so long, you get engaged, you get married, you have kids, and then you just live together and that's it. And I made that very obvious to everybody I was in a relationship with. It's like, if this is going to last more than a year, then I want to spend the rest of my life with you. But it's always at that point and beyond that the claws come out, that, everyone's true colors show. And, some I was willing to work on more than others, but, again, there were a couple really long ones. There were a lot of really short ones. And by short ones, I mean like 2 months or less. And then there was one in the middle where that was like 8 months. And then that was it.
Yeah.
But, because I'm not going to spend any time. I'm not going to waste any time, dealing with any bullshit.
Yeah. I get that. I absolutely get that. Like, I have always been willing. When I say always, I mean, relationships that I've really wanted to work out. Okay? Not just those other two, other than you. But like, there have been relationships where I have felt truly connected to somebody and I'm like, I want this to work out, but I end up conceding so much of what I want out of the relationship. It's like, I'm not going to get it from this person, but I'm willing to do the work so that maybe I'm okay with giving up the things that I really want out of a relationship. And then, a few months in, or God forbid, a year or two, which has happened more than once, I'm like, I'm a total fucking stooge. Like, I realize that. And that's what I go through the ex-girlfriend phase, I like to call it, where I'm real bitter. I get real bitter after those breakups. Like, one, ironically, and I'm going to say this out loud, both of the people who wasted the most of my time were named Steve. They were both named Steve. There was Steve 1, who wasted a year of my life, and Steve 2, who wasted 2 years of my life. 2 years of my life that I will never get back. And I blame myself because I knew that he was a waste of my time. I knew. I was basically outright told by people, do not put your eggs in that basket. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. And he proved that. And it was like, and for...
Is that where we're at now? We're telling all?
I'm just dumping it out to get it off my chest. But it's like, but that's just it, is that I think that when people are willing to put in the work, they need to recognize whether or not that's a two-way street. And if it's not, cut it immediately.
I only say that because this is the kind of thing where like any of my immediate family would hear it and be like, shouldn't be airing your dirty laundry, And it's
fuck like, that. I'm your wife.
So
I am your wife.
About that, you asked
about me being your wife?
Yeah. The things that like I talk to my single friends about.
Yeah.
Same kinds of conversation that you and I are having right now.
Yeah.
Like literally exactly the same stuff. Like what were we talking about on the way home just now? Like the kind of stuff you probably wouldn't hear your parents talking about.
Sorry, Mom.
But but we have those because there's nothing that's off the table with us.
No.
And that's what a lot of people don't. No, go ahead.
I was going to say that's a beautiful thing.
Because if you expect it to work, there has to be that open line of communication. There has to be, You have to be willing to talk.
Yeah. And you need to be willing to
listen
and to talk. You need to be comfortable spilling it.
Because how are you going to ask somebody to spend the rest of their and your life together and not be willing to communicate, not be willing to just have random conversations about anything and everything?
Yeah. I mean, that's just it. Nothing can be off limits is the thing. And I 100% believe that. Now, don't get me wrong. You and I both have some shady areas of ourselves that we don't want to talk about. Like, we don't want to bring it to the surface necessarily. I mean, but we're willing to.
I asked you a couple of episodes ago. I'm just like, have I ever done this? Have I ever been like this? Have I this, that, and the other thing with you in the last 4 years? And you said no. And even the moments where you kind of like hesitated, you're still just like, no. Like, my last 2 long-term relationships before you, they both thought I was a monster. They both thought that I was evil, that I was self-centered, that I was, violent, that I was this, that, and the other thing, that I was, a danger to society. And that only proved that we just weren't right for each other, that they weren't willing to go the distance with me, because I knew I wanted the same thing from them that I've wanted from you. And that's just somebody to spend time with, to talk to develop a relationship with, to share common interests with, to look at and do a podcast, like if they're happier, God bless them.
God bless
Couldn't
them.
give a shit. I tell all my friends, I won.
It's always my favorite when someone and I know you have a tendency to experience this, I'm sure, but it's always one of the funniest moments when someone comes out and they're like, such and such is married now. Such and such is dating someone now. And it's just like, who cares? Like, I'm like, I really could not give a single fuck.
Like, on our wedding day.
Yes.
On our wedding
day.
Our photographer, Steve, good friend of mine, long time good friend of mine, said that my ex contacted him saying, how could you be their wedding photographer? How could you?
It's like, because it's what I do.
And I asked him. And he told, this is what he said that he had said to her. He goes, I never got his side of the story because we never, didn't talk about it.
Yeah.
Like, I've heard your side. You're entitled to believe what you want, but he's still my friend too.
You don't. That's not how real life works. You don't get to say, how could you do that to me?
And I'm gonna say this right here, right now on the podcast.
Go ahead, look at the people.
No, I don't want to look at them. I was debating about whether or not I was gonna tell you this. I'm going to tell you right now.
Oh, no. Is this new?
This is new. Well,
is this new to me?
It's new to you. On our anniversary.
Which anniversary?
This past Wednesday.
Yeah.
My last ex texted me out of the blue.
Why?
Asked me if I still had her father's rifle. Yeah. Unblocked me, and out of nowhere, and of all days of the year, texts me out of nowhere and goes, do you still have my father's rifle? I said, who's this? She goes,
who this?
Because I don't fucking have her number saved anymore. And says who it is, and I'm just like, no, I do not. Thanks, that's all I needed to know. And in my mind, I'm like, all right, how long before the next text, and what's she going to ask for next?
I hope, God willing, if she's lucky, it won't come for another 4 years. The sap runs every 2 years. Wow.
The funny thing is that after we were broken up and you and I were just talking, you and I were just, getting reacquainted, she thought I was sleeping with somebody else.
She stalked my Instagram for a good while after you and I started dating.
Because she's a petty little bitch.
Yeah. Like, because I would look at who was looking at my Instagram stories, and I'm like, who the fuck is that? And I saw
just
it.
a pale, lumpy woman.
Oh my, yes, it was a fucking pale, lumpy woman. And I told you, I was like, your ex is fucking creeping on me. Like, it pissed me off, but I don't care. Like, it's water off a duck's back to me. These things don't stick to me. Like, they really don't.
It bothers me that of all days she texted me on our anniversary.
It bothers me that she still has your number for some reason.
Well, she probably asked somebody for it.
Like, that fucking bothers me. It always bothers me because I'm that type of girl. Like, and it's not because I'm like, why are you still talking to your ex? Why are you talking to your ex? Why are you texting? Blah, blah, blah. Like, that's not my game. My game is, bitch, you better step off before I hurt you.
The thing is that her and I had been dating like a couple of weeks, and she had left something with one of her exes and wanted it back, who's, a friend of mine. And I'm just like, just fucking call him already.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure he doesn't give a shit. And if you want it, he'll give it to you. But like, oh my God, I can't talk to him. Like, and amongst all the other things that I sung your praises for, the most important thing that makes us, what we are, you never set me off. Ever. You never say or do anything to make me upset.
Well, like on purpose?
Even by accident.
Well, I certainly try not to. I would certainly never do it on purpose. What kind of monster does that?
A lot of people that I've been
pale, lumpy women.
Exactly.
Ugh. No, I don't do that.
And that is why I'm super appreciative of you.
I do not play games. I'm an adult. I like having adult relationships and the adult relations that come along with an adult relationship.
See, now what I don't understand are the guys who, if anybody was treating them like that, they would respond with hostility. They would respond with, bitch, get in your fucking place or some shit like that. And then that's what causes the friction. Like, there are those guys out there that believe a woman's role and job is in the kitchen and don't, fucking like,
isn't that wild?
I'm going to go out with the guys when I feel like it and do what I want when I want. And it's just like, in my mind, there's no reason that you can't have that and then have a decent relationship with your wife at the same time.
You absolutely can.
I have that. I can come and go as I please. I can do what I want when I want. And when I want to spend time with you and incorporate you into like, we have made major efforts over the years to introduce each other to the things that are important to us.
Yes.
I never played Mahjong in my life, and now you're teaching me to.
Well, you and I are also very respectful of one another. We, like, when you want to do something with your friends or you want to have your friends over or something, you don't just come at me like, BT dubs, I'm doing something. Like, you ask me, like, do we have plans on Saturday? Do we have anything going on this day? And I'm like, no, I don't think so. Or I have something going on. And you're just like, okay. And then I do have to dig a little bit sometimes and be like, why? What is your game? But like, that's just it. I'm
not going to the OTB.
But that's just it. You and I do not treat each other like that. And I have a feeling that if God forbid, you were ever to tell me that like you were going out with friends and you were going to do something.
There's no polyamory in my future.
No. But like that if you were to tell me that you were going out with friends and you were doing something that I didn't like, like, going to a strip club or something like that.
Wouldn't happen.
Like, that would bug me because you're my husband. So, and I have feelings about certain things. Right. I'm no prude or anything like that, but like, there are lines that I have that I don't like to cross. But that's my thing. But it's not like, I don't think that I have to like withhold that from you.
Yeah, but if I want to see a naked woman, I'm just going to look to my left.
It's talking about me. But that's just it. You and I we're honest with each other. We are completely honest to a fault. We are respectful of one another, and we are unconditional with one another. And it's that unconditionality. I'm making up words left and right tonight.
No, you're just repeating made up words left and right.
No, I said something else, but it ended in ality also. Like personality. And it all goes back to what I have since the beginning of this relationship have deemed the greatest piece of advice that couples like you and I could give other couples when it comes to how to be a success.
Do a vaudeville act and it'll keep your man happy?
No, it's poop with the door open.
Well, both of those things keep us very happy.
Both of those things keep us very happy. Yes, I mean, you and I do some old timey dance.
Anytime you just start doing this out of the blue, like, and I lose my shit laughing. You are also the only person who has made me laugh so hard that I can't breathe.
I'm a fucking riot.
All right, you need to come down a little bit.
Sorry, I didn't mean to let my ego show.
Yeah, let it fly.
But I mean, that's just it. Is you and I, when I tell people that you and I are brutally honest with each other, it's like we don't hide anything.
I don't want to be one of those couples that like is together for like so many decades or so many years or whatever, and then after like those really long periods, they're just like, yeah, they just got divorced. It's like when you hear about celebrity couples who are together for like 30, 40 years, and then all of a sudden, like when they're in their 70s or whatever, they get divorced. It's like irreconcilable differences. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? You're gonna spend that many years with another human being, and then was it a sham from the beginning?
It could have been.
Like, why bother?
It could have been irreconcilable for decades also. There's only so
they did it all for tax purposes.
There is only so much time I think that you should put into a failing relationship. I know that everyone says like, oh well, it's a lot of work. It's like, yeah, but eventually work don't work no more. Like, stop working.
Okay, so I've always wondered this. Do you think that the part of the reason why we work so well is because we've lived long enough, been through enough bad relationships to be like, we're just older and like tired of the bullshit? Like, we're willing to concede on certain things.
I don't know that if it's a concession kind of a thing as much as it is a realization that not everything needs to be a battle. Like, that's just it, like, not everything needs to be won, and if it's not won, then it's lost. I think looking at relationship dynamics that way is poor at best. These are all just my personal opinions. I am not a trained psychologist.
I mean, like, I wasn't particularly happy about how my parents interacted with each other towards the ends of their lives.
Yeah.
But, I knew that the foundation was there. And I knew that they definitely loved each other, but, they probably said and did a lot of things that, I wasn't, privy to. So, like, I won't get into it, but it's just, they didn't outwardly show it very frequently.
Right.
Like, it's particularly my dad, because, he's that, traditional male stereotype.
Well, a lot of people, I think, traditional relationship dynamics, I think a lot of people, there are that type of personality that like to keep the intimacies of a relationship private.
And that's mainly the reason why I don't do a whole lot of PDA, because
fucking nuts,
it makes me uncomfortable. It makes me uncomfortable when I know that people are just watching and gawking. It's just like, fuck you. This is my wife. I should be able to do this anywhere, and you just have to fucking deal with it.
And to me, I wish more often than not that you would take that sage advice of yours and follow it to the end, baby. Like, I love PDA. I've never felt more like a trophy than I have when you display affection to me publicly. Because you are not the type to publicly display affection. So when you do, I'm like, God damn.
I mean, I am the best pieces of my father and mother wrapped into one. So,
Yeah.
And again, it's not that I don't want to. It's just that, like, I've been teased for so much less that it's just like, I really did, like when we were at the shop the other day and fucking Eric was making cracks and stuff. It's like, shut the fuck up, dude. Like, leave me alone. I'm trying to get my head tattooed.
It's all in
I know, fun. But at the same time, but it's just like, it has been a thorn in my side for so much of my life. It's like, I would just like a little bit of a reprieve. Yeah. I would like to be able to be comfortable in my own skin and not have somebody make a crack about everything.
Yeah.
Particularly my relationship.
Yeah. No, I get it.
Like if somebody is going to criticize me for the way I, for how well I treat you, like to me, that's automatically going to say, well, that's just because you don't fucking have somebody to take care of you or vice versa. Like, and it'll roll off me eventually, but it's like the fact that I have to think about it even for a second. It's like, go fuck yourself.
I've gotten to a point where I just don't. It all just fades
in
away.
That same vein as all those times when I say to you, like, remember what I told you earlier? Well, guess what else happened? Guess what other sort of negligence that, somebody displayed or this, that, and the other thing. Like, doesn't anybody have a fucking brain anymore? It's like we should be celebrating this kind of thing because, like we did it. We have everything that we want in a relationship.
Yeah.
And I would hope that this is something more people would want to aspire to. And if they're not, then, that's pitiful.
Do you think that we sound condescending?
I'm sure some people will take it that way, but I don't think so. Like if I was,
we're not being condescending.
Like honestly, like personally, if I was not where I wanted to be in a relationship, I would want to look at this podcast for optimism.
Well, I mean, you and I, the reason why we started this podcast is you and I are a happily married couple who disagree on quite a few things.
Yeah, we do.
And we disagree intelligently and civilly, like grown ass people should.
And we let it go. We don't beat it in.
Exactly. And we let it go. And at the end of the night, we hold hands in bed and
watch The Simpsons.
And we watch The Simpsons and we take our respective Drogos and we fall asleep with our mouths open.
What about Khal Drogo?
Drogos?
Oh.
Drogos. Yes, Khal Drogos. This was a good talk.
Yeah.
This was a good
I'm getting
talk.
ready for my Khal Drogo.
You're getting ready for your Khal Drogo?
Yeah. I did a lot today.
Yeah. But thank you out there in podcast land for tuning in. Yes, work at it. Work for it. And
we're going to have to make that counter bigger. It's pretty small.
I'll work on that.
Yeah.
But yes, thank you again.
Our anniversary was
wonderful. So if anyone wants to mark it on their calendars, March 18th, 2027 will be the big 05.
Yeah, now they're going to fucking start texting me. They're going to know what day to text me. Be like, hey, do you still have my whatever?
Stop making fun of my husband.
Well, that wasn't them making fun of me. That was just, the pale, lumpy women hitting me up for shit.
All right. I'm gonna roll with it. Ready?
At least you're not pale or lumpy.
I mean, I'm a little pale. I'm very colorful. I've covered a lot of pale. But anyway, yes. Social media. We're on Instagram, DTAndy and JJ Star with 2 R's. You can email us, DTAndy and JJ Star @gmail.com with questions, comments, concerns for our well-beings, conversation starters and enders. And with season 3 coming up, if you would like to be a part of the conversation, we would love to start having people either call in or or sit in, and we'll figure out how to split this microphone 3 ways. And
like a bill.
Like a bill. Yes. Separate checks, please. You can find Tax Collectors and Harlots and Love Hard Art and Coat of Arms Tattoo all on Instagram. Tax Collectors and Harlots have something coming up.
April 4th, Cherry Street, Wallingford. Yes. Be there. Be square.
Do you have any idea who the show is with?
No.
Okay.
And then April 25th, I think we're back at Dead Language. Yes.
25th?
April 25th, back at Dead Language in Hartford.
Okay. Yeah. Well, there you go.
So if you don't come to one, come to the other.
Come to both. Hey.
Support local music.
Support local music. Support local art and support artists. Coat of Arms Tattoo is going to be at the New England Tattoo Expo at Mohegan Sun Casino. April 17th, 18th, and 19th. We'll be there.
You owe me a soda.
We'll be there hanging out.
Not just hanging out. We'll be getting stuff done.
We will be getting. We will be modeling.
Jenny Boo is going to be booing.
Yes, she's going to be booing, and it's going to be cool. So definitely come by, check them out on Instagram, and let them know if you would like to book anything for the convention. Because I think they still have some appointments available. You can find every episode of this podcast That Talking Podcast, streaming. Please go to ttppodcast.com for all of the streams and go to dtandyandjjstar.com for all of the videos. We are closing in on the end of season 2 of That Talking Podcast. Your favorite podcast, the number one podcast you're listening to right now, internationally renowned. That Talking Podcast.
Perfect example of a disagreement. We were trying to figure out how to record the new theme song. Yeah. We put it to you, audience. Should we make a new one? Should we stick with the old one? Question. Get to that email.
Yeah, email us before I go off on a tangent about that. Because I still think we should maybe record it.
Yeah, no, I want to do it. It's just, we have different ideas about
we have definitely different ideas of working. That's for sure. We have different ways of working, and we butt heads a little bit. But that's what this podcast is for.
Still love each other.
We still love each other. I love you. That's all I needed to hear. But that's it, right?
That's all I got.
That's all I got too. That's a full lid from the three of us. That talking. Oh.
That Talking Podcast.
That Talking Podcast.
Downtown in it.
And I'm JJ Star.
And we'll talk to you later.